Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yes.
I would just like to ask Dr. Suzuki, given the world's environmental problems, which basically are due to mankind and his overpopulous nature, I would like to know from Dr. Suzuki if he agrees with Paul Ehrlich and Meadows and others, David Bellamy, that in Australia we seem to be aiming to double our population, mainly augmented through immigration, within the next 35 to 40 years. It seems to me manifestly stupid. It's an anthropocentric attitude that needs to be overcome. And Australians Against Further Immigration are a group who are looking at the problem worldwide, and we're trying to solve the problems here on the ground and get people to look at the fact that immigration is not a matter of race, colour or creed. It's a matter of every country on earth trying to solve its own problems, and Australia cannot be answerable to the rest of the world for problems in the rest of the world. We need to be able to...
Okay. I absolutely agree with you. I think that, you know, when you realize that there are 89 million new bodies, additional bodies every year on the planet, no amount of immigration is going to be able to handle that kind of explosive growth rate. Now in Canada, we're doing exactly the same thing as you are in Australia. In fact, the Canadian birth rate has now dropped below replacement, so the population in the next 30 years will begin to decline. Government is committed to maintaining the economy. The growth in the economy is the engine of our society. And so government policy is to open up immigration, bring more people in to try to keep feeding that growth machine. And I think that it's crazy. We have to think globally but act locally, and locally means that we have to get into balance with our environment. And it's not progress to have all of these huge Gold Coast strips with all of these new buildings and developments that are tearing at the very fabric of the natural world that is supporting us in the end. That we have to think much more ecologically. And the basic assumption of governments today, which is that the reason they exist is to promote growth in the economy, because growth is what keeps us progressing, has got to be re-examined. You know, the problem with growth is there's never any end to it if that's the reason governments exist. I don't know of any society that's ever said, we've got more than enough and I think we'll stay at this level. I mean, we just have to have more. And it can't be sustained. Australia has changed radically from what it was 100 years ago, and I maintain as a biologist that it has been torn drastically from this incredible biological jewel it once was. And I would urge Australians to do everything you can to try to maintain what you've got left.